Man, it was tough last night at Prepper Clubbing. I'm such a newbie. Ooh, I gotta stretch out this morning. Oh, whew. I don't know if I can keep up with some of you pros over there at Prepper Clubbing. I might have to work into it kind of easy. Whew. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, boy, it started over there at Prepper Nation. And that, boy, the nation is wicked. Boy, those guys can party, hoo-wee, and talk prep and, whoo, throw in some truth bombs. Boy, I tell you what, yeah, there was everybody there. We got Magic Prepper, Diabolical Television, hello, brother. Got Connie Esley. Hey, I did go back and see that video. Blew my mind. Mike Morales is catching some serious stuff. I don't know if it's something that's going to hit the planet, fly by the planet, take over the planet, or just flame the planet out. But that's pretty cool. We need to talk more on that. Whew. Tell you what, my brother, Southern Boy Prepper, was there. Tracy Q was there. K Marie was there. KM, how you doing, girl? Sean M, good to see you there, brother. Kit me in line. Klinger, of course, running the show. Whew. And then, would you believe it? No, it doesn't just stop there. No siree. They move straight over to pinball preparedness. Yeah, and man, that guy can put down the homemade wine. Let me tell you what. Yep. Started off slow though with the, didn't want to tie into it too much. Loved his hat, tell you that. We had Desert Patriot there. Roots of Happiness. Hello, brother. Good to see you there. Indiana Prepper. Brother, loving your videos. Leah B was there. And a lot of the others from, of course, Prepper Nation moved on over to have a good showing of the nation. Saw some of my people over there. Prepping outside the box. Jefferson Martial Arts. Brother, the composting is coming along great. Josh Connor was there, Prepper Nerd. And then we closed out the night over at North Shore Preparedness with most of who I listed above. And more. So, today I thought I'd slow it down a little bit. I know you guys are all probably hurting a little bit. Heads might be a little rough. Eyes a little red. Of course, body's a little aching. So I figured we'd have a good old video on some design and manufacturing flexibility. I know it's a good read. We'll start with chapter 1. And don't worry, you guys take a minute, go down, get yourself a snack. I'm going to have some Coca-Cola. I got some Pringles. The breakfast of champions. Yeah. Whew. All right. Are you ready? Or am I hiding something? All right, you caught me. I'm hiding something. This here's just a quick tip video. I want to go over hides with you. Do you guys know what hides are? It's an important part of prepping because if you don't want it fine, you got to hides it, if you know what I'm saying. So let's just start with design and manufacturing liability. Let's see what we got here. Whew. Tell you what. So, yeah, I know, it's not a book, but this is something, I've got more stuff in here than I normally do, but I wanted to show you guys an idea of what you could keep in here. Things that say, this is your last line of defense. Somebody comes into your place, hits you pretty hard, and you still need something to, rely on, kick back with, to get you through until you can get your stuff back. So, I just thought, something like this you could throw in. You got yourself a survival blanket. We've got some food blocks. That'll get you through for a few days. And, oh, yep. Now, this is something that would have came in handy as they were stealing your stuff. Of course, it needs a charge. But, let's see what else we got in here. Ah, yeah. Look at that. Got a little mini stove in there. Hook that up to a fuel bottle. got a compass and a whistle and a temperature. You got a thermometer there. Something to signal with, so you can let people know you might be in distress. I always like these little guys. These guys are pretty handy to put in your wallet. I've actually used these. They work pretty good. The new ones that have come out have like fishing hooks and things like that on it. I think those are really cool. If I can get a hold of some of those, I think I'll do a review on one of those, maybe even try to catch me something with it. But these are always really handy. I've actually used the little wrench tool, and of course, during party time last night, if you know what I mean. Got a Cat 7 tourniquet, looks like here. This is something that in a future video we'll go over on how to use one of these, as well as some of the other quicker models that are meant. These are, if you're not used to using these can take a minute to get on unless you practice a lot. There are some other models that I found that are really quick. No room for error, really. It just goes on, works, gets the squirting stopped, gets you to where you need to be going. I threw in here, let's see, I managed to fit in a little towel, little compression bandage, or Israeli bandages as some call them. Let's see, this is something, and we'll go over too in a future video, but these are the kind of things you want to have in a kit like this. This is what this is a set of lock picks that are inside the little container. And then, of course, this is a little plastic key, as you can see, for getting out of handcuffs. So that is something that you can put on. Metal detectors don't pick it up, and it's great for an escape and evade bag. Let's see. Little multi-tool here in case you need to clip some wires, clip some zip ties that may have been put onto you. These are things that you want them not to realize you still have. Of course, we have a bigger version of the Zap Zap. That one's good. I always like to have some non-lethal options before I have to go lethal. Gives me the ability to, well, maybe zip tie them up. Or was that a movie I was watching last night? I don't know. It's hard. I don't remember a lot, that clubbing thing. I'm not as young as I used to be. Well, I always have in this some pepper spray. I'd test that for you, but I just got done using it to freshen up my breath. And these are really handy. I like to have these. Got some gloves in here. It's got some alcohol wipes. And then, of course, this is a pocket mask for putting for CPR. Now, I know they don't do rescue breathing anymore, but it's something good to have anyway. Just in case they go back to it, you never know. It might just go down to one pump, some rescue breathing, and then, oh, sorry, you didn't make it. And you know what you tell the guy who got bit by a rattlesnake on his, you just tell him you're not going to make it. And of course, an important piece of tooling that you have to keep in these kind of things, and this is what these kind of hides are really good for, is one, it keeps it locked up. Two, it keeps it hidden in a plain sight, something that you can get at. Something you can keep right by the front door in your bookcase. Really handy thing. And of course, it has a flashlight. So those are the things I normally keep in here. I keep that. I keep my less than lethal Zap Zap. And I keep this, my little pepper spray in there. And that's what I normally keep in mind right by the front door so that it's not so cluttered up. I just wanted to show you some other options to give you some thoughts or ideas based upon what your style of prepping is like, of what you can keep in a hide. But for mine, it's mainly a defensive measure that is in the bookcase where I can get at it quickly. Now, of course, our little snack devices. I know this is so 80s, but you know what? I think people have forgotten about them by now. But these are really, really handy. it's actually a Pringles thing and a Coke thing. A Coke can. It actually weighs as much as a full Coke can. The only thing that would give this away is if you put things in it without packing it with some toilet paper or something like that, it might rattle, and you don't want it to do that. So be sure that you pack it with that. But for ease of this video, I didn't do that. But here's the cool thing about this Pringles one. Not only does it have the plastic lid on it, but it's still got the seal on it. And listen, doesn't it sound like the broken up little pieces and Pringles rolling around in there? I thought that was the coolest thing. So let's bust open the Coke first, because, you know, it was a rough night last night. Need a little Coke. Anyway, let's see what we got here. See, as you can see, it's got a little screw-on lid to it. It's got some weight from the plaster that they poured in there. It doesn't give you a lot of room, but it gives you room for some basics. Things like some water purification pills I put in there. I put a little knife. These are real cheap. They're $1, but they're sharper than all get out. That's something that you need to have, so you have some way to cut cordage or something like that. I put in a can opener because, you know, you're going to have to probably maybe go out and do some foraging and finding some canned foods and stuff like that. If somebody just got yours, you're going to need a way to open it. And of course, everybody knows what these old military ones are. They're kind of a pain, but they work better than you think. So I put one of those in there. Another thing you keep in hides, medications. That's a good idea to keep in a hide, because these are kind of things that you may need with you. You may need hidden in your house, or if somebody comes in and wipes you out, this will give you something that'll get you by until you can get a refill. Now, or have managed to scavenge it up if it's SHTF. Now, these little glass bottles, these are really handy. I got these at the Army Surplus store. A lot of these things I got at your regular Army Surplus store or even Walmart. So there's some handy things there. Super glue. Super glue is something I like to have everywhere. And the reason why is super glue is used for wound sealing. You can bring together wounds that you might have like that, super glue them and let them dry, and they'll actually hold. It's one of the reasons it actually was designed in the first place, or kind of found. But of course it fixes everything. So it's good to have. So that's what you could fit into that. Now, the Pringles one, and believe it or not, they make these with actual Pringles cans and stuff. So what I put in here is this. This is the coolest little light I found. It's a cool, I don't know how you say that, Cogolins, or anyway, it's been a long night, you know what I mean? If I'd have tried to say that word last night, it had been a mess. But you just give it a few cranks. You don't want to crank these things real fast, or that actually fries them. I figured that out once, thinking I was getting in a race to make it real bright. But these are just meant to give you some light in a tough situation. Oops. There you go. And as you can see, it works pretty good. You can shine it around, and you can crank it up as you need more light. These are really handy, especially on your keychain, whatnot like that, everyday carry. Let's see. A little candy, because you're going to be stressed out. You might be low on blood sugar with everything going on, being tied up and all the action and whatnot. Who knows how long you were tied up. This would be something that will give you a little pick-me-up. And as I've said before in other ones, I managed to get one of these energy gel, caffeine and amino acids, sodium, and this one is blueberry pomegranate. So these are really handy. You get these at REI, any stores like that. I think I've seen them at Dick's or Field and Stream, Sportsman's, all those kind of things. If you look hard, I think I'm still looking at Walmart, see if I can find them there. Let's see what else we got in here. I think these are something that you can never have too many of. Get them for a couple bucks everywhere. And if you know how to use it, of course, this is the handle to hold on to. And then this is what you strike with here to get the fire started. So, you know, you just hold it by the handle and strike here. And right about now, you guys are all going, this guy's an idiot. He doesn't know how to use that. So, for all of you who thinks that's a handle, not a handle. That's actually for shaving You got yourself some shavings of magnesium down there, and once you touch it off with this, that should burn about 2,000-3,000 degrees. That should start you most fires that you need to get started. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's still more. This is a deluxe version of that, because not only, of course, is it handy for clubbing, prepper clubbing, it's also able to open up some. In fact, last night I opened my beer, opened me up some beans and weenies, and I was able to have a spoon and eat like a civilized prepper. Let's see, we still got some more in here. Oh, yep. This is something, and this is a good thing that these hides are really good for, because a lot of times in plain sight is the best way. This would be a good thing to hide your silver, your gold, your precious metals, cash, things like that, that you may need in an SHTF situation. And there's still more. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, I even managed to get me a little pea shooter in there. So you can actually fit a little bit of protection in there. There's a couple other types of protection like this that'll fit in there. There's little pen guns, things like that. And that's it. As you can see in there, and as you see, still got my Pringles left in there. And now I'll finish it off with, these are actually things that I carry every day. This is part of my EDC, which we'll be doing a video on EDC and the different categories of EDC and what kind of things you can find in those categories and how to custom make things to your own needs and what you want to carry each day. That's something we'll go over further in the future, but you can get, you know, some larger size but still small hides like this that you can put on your keychain. In here, in this one, as you can see, I've got me some cash. Oh. So let's see what I got here. I got me some clubbing money right there. I know it should be singles, but it takes up more room. I'll get change. I think John said he had me covered. Also, we have a striking surface just in case you need it. Got some fire starter, some strike anywhere matches, a band-aid, but you could put other first aid in there. It could be all first aid in that little kit if you wanted to. So that's something that I carry on me. This is one of my main ones. As you can tell, it's all beat up. And in this, if you take a look in there, I have some ammunition for another little hidden type hide pew-pew. I've got right there is another little roll of cash, and that's what I keep in that one. And these are ones, as you can tell, have been on my keychain forever, and I cannot tell you how many times that I have used these two, especially for the cash part. There's another little bill in there. So many times I forget my wallet, even in just every day. It doesn't have to be SHTF to be able to be a prepper. Prepper is an everyday thing where you're prepared for any circumstance so that you have what you need to make your life easier, to make it safer, to make it just all around better, because you don't have to run back home, buy something new. But these I mainly use for keeping the cash in, because that emergency cash has come in handy so many times. And the last ones here, these two here are just for medications. I have aspirins, cold medications. You know, if my back's hurting me, something like that, is what I can keep in these. And then this one here, I don't usually use this one. That's why you can tell it's not beat up, but I wanted to show you another option of what there is. And in this one, I just, of course, put some 22 ammunition, because you can never have enough 22 ammunition. One of the most overlooked rounds that there is out there for survival. You can carry, I could probably fit 25 rounds in there at least. into this little container and have this hidden where it can't be seen in case somebody takes my other stuff away from me, and then get my little hidden 22 and be able to get a meal, be able to protect myself, be able to signal for help, be able to start a fire. There's a lot of things. I can write a message on a piece of paper. There's a lot of things you can do with these, and that right there would be the end of just a quick video. I know it's 20 minutes, not super quick, but it was clubbing. You got to give me a break. I'm moving a little slow this morning. But I hope that was helpful to you guys. I look forward to seeing you in the morning, and I'll be there at the next video. So remember, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you have any suggestions for future videos or anything else you want to go over with me, or tell me what a horrible YouTuber I am or how wonderful I am. Either way, it doesn't matter. I'm going to love you anyhow. So always stay safe, be secure, always be aware of your surroundings, and be prepared for anything that might come your way. I'll see you guys later.